You can tell from the sigh that it's not a particularly happy question, despite the fact it should be very happy that we play in Europe. Yeah, we have some plans. We have some backup plans. It will always, of course, depend on so many different things: which competition we play, whether certain other teams play in Europe, the availability of the stadiums, the positiveness of the local mayor, and we have to wait and see for all of those different factors to shake out. But rest assured, we are thinking about it. We have plans. We have backup plans. We have backup plans, and we'll do our best to pick the venue that maximises the experience for the fans. I picked this question out personally because I'm very keen to talk about this and to engage with it, because ultimately, I feel it's an important part of any football club to have a women's section and a thriving women's part as well. You're right, there has been some changes. There's been some things going on, but primarily and importantly, we are taking stock of the situation. We're comfortably in mid-table at the moment in the league. The women are performing well in that regard. It's a much higher step than before, so it's not. I don't think we should pretend that it's easy to move up from the 7th tier to the 5th tier to the 3rd tier in very quickly. It's not easy to do that once you're there. But yes, we have to. We had a planning meeting only this week, a couple of days ago, before the question was asked. Just to be clear, and yeah, we have plans in mind. We want to take some steps. We want to move forward, and I've always said, and I'll stay with it. I really want and aim to have a Super League Union Saint-Gilloise women's team playing at Mariennes when we move to the new stadium. I really like that question's been asked, because I think it gives me a chance to address something that's quite important. When people see that our best players leave regularly, I believe that they may see it as some sort of failure, as some sort of, one day we'll get to a place where we're financially secure enough that we don't have to do that. And unfortunately, I have to address that reality is not placed in the real world of Union Saint-Gilloise. There are only 5, 6, 7 teams in the whole world, not in Belgium, in the whole world, that don't sell their players when the player wants to leave, when a club comes in with a large offer. And it's not that we don't want to keep those players, it's that we don't want to risk the future of the club, and we don't want to sign players and pay players in a way that is not affordable if we are not playing in Europe. I read the same interview, of course, and when you read the context of the interview and not the headline, we're very, as you would expect between Philippe and I, we're very aligned, because what he talks about is not being a top club commercially, not being a top club in terms of charging our supporters high entrance fees, high merchandise fees, whatever that. We want to stay close to the supporters. We want to stay close to the community. That's how we see the advancement of the club, and we want to be top sportively. That is definitely no argument. We have to be top sportively, but I think that there is a certain stigma around being a top club that means that you are now away from the fans or above the fans, and we don't want that, and we never want that. So that's what if you read all of the words that were said, that's what he was articulating, and I 100% agree. Yeah. We've done 4 Q&Alexes now. I think we've always had a question each time, and we should. But again, it's not something that just happens overnight. It requires time, it requires steps. I definitely feel that in the last few weeks, there has been real progress made in various different aspects, including handing in our latest mobility study file, narrowing down the list of architects that we're going to work with on the surrounding area, and generally having constructive and positive meetings with the commune. But at the same time, having positive constructive meetings does not get you to the end point. It doesn't. That's not what's happened here. You know, if you start here and you've got to get here, sometimes you do a bit of this, and that's what's happened. And look, we continue to try and make progress. Philippe and I are very aligned. Philippe has said over the last couple of seasons when we've been chasing a title that the title would be amazing, and we haven't won it. But the stadium is by far the most important thing, and the stadium gives the club life for another 100 years. And we're totally aligned in that regard. The stadium file is the most important file by far.